You see the exit velocity certainly has paid off, 92.5 miles an hour. And guys, he said that he found something with Joel and I am Fran. Just deep breath. Albert Pujols, a lot of people had already kind of, retired him, even though he was still playing once the Angels let him go. It was with the Dodgers a little bit at the end of last year. Cardinals bring him back. And I'm from St. Louis. I mean, you played in their organization. I didn't think this was possible at the beginning of the year when they picked him up. Just your thoughts on what it means to Pujols and the city of St. Louis.
Yeah, first and foremost, you look at the resurgence and his ability to come back to an area in which he's always felt loved, right? And you see the emotion now, the joy with him playing there. There's something different about the atmosphere of him playing in St. Louis and being able to do it on his last year with his best friend in Shehadi Molina, as well as Adam Wainwright. So you just see that there's a different type of reaction towards playing this game this year. And I also think about, and almost to your point, when I said, okay, I think he can get to 700 before the season started, I wasn't even sure.
So you said that before the season started?
Yeah, I said it before the season. But I wasn't even sure if I was saying the right things coming out of my mouth. But the fact that you mentioned the exit velo, he's rocketing baseballs right now, having a great approach at the plate. And at age 42, doing it at this age and making those adjustments, that's what's been extremely special about him.
Look, if we did a show before the season and you asked me the question, do I think he'll hit 700 homers or be released before the season?
Yeah.
Let's be honest, the player he's been the last few years, you would have said the much greater likelihood is he's going to hit 20-something homers. I mean, his strength was even late in his career, he could hit lefties. He wasn't going to see enough lefties to get to 20-something. He's hitting everyone again.
Yep.
He's gotten back in the left lane, and he's passing people.
Right.
And, I think that's how you always want to see great players reach milestones. You don't want to see them limping and sticking around just to do it. Right. And so the fact that he's been a vital, vibrant member of a team that's going to, a division winner, pretty impressive. And now let's see what happens in the postseason if he gets the ultimate send-off, right?
He's hitting over 300 second half of the year. Let me ask you, because obviously you've been around the game for a long time. And, after obviously the whole steroid situation here, it was almost like as players approached, milestones from a home run perspective, we kind of poo-pooed it. And I know, just speaking of Albert individually, because kind of when he got to 500 and 600, 500 used to be, the holy grail. But when players started to reach that after the steroid era, we basically said, next. So to see him get 700 and then to see, the sports world react to him getting 700 when they didn't really react that much to 600 and 500, is the relevance of the home run back again?
Not all the way back. Okay. Again, I'm old enough to remember being part of the caravan of people that were covering the 98 Sosa McGwire thing. And the world stopped with each at bat.
Yep.
The sports world. It was on national TV, etc. I'm old enough to remember 2006 when the Cardinals eliminated the Mets. This guy was on the team still, Pujols. So was Wainwright, Molina. I can't believe it all these years later. But the sadness of the steroid era is that it's big, but not as big as it would be, because it's like, it just lost something. I'm watching it with Judge because we don't know what 60, 61, 62 means because of what happened with McGwire, Sosa, and Bonds. Right? We don't know what the meaning is. We're trying to walk this fine line of it's the American. No one would know what the American League record or the Yankee record. We care about the Major League record. Right. Is it the Major League record or not? And we're actually confounded by it. So I think it's the sadness of the steroid era. Is the most powerful thing in our sport from Babe Ruth forward is the home run. And it doesn't have the weight it used to have.
I also think that now, though, there's a different weight behind what Pujols is doing, because we understand we may never see something like this ever again.
Right.
And we're starting to understand how important it is to appreciate greatness while it's happening. We do, oftentimes, as players, as fans of the game, whatever it may be, supporters, we want to relish in the fact after the guy's done and it's already done and passed. We get an opportunity to really soak this in right now, in which we may not have had unless there was a DH allowed to be in the National League.
100%.
So the fact that we get that, now we get to say, okay, this is extremely special. Let's really sit back and watch what this guy's doing, because we may never see something like this ever again.
And I don't want to play stupid math, but play stupid math. When you talk about no one ever doing it again, You have to average 35 homers for 20 years to get to 700. I mean, right now, again, Judge is at a number, but not that many people are over 35 this year, even when, you know, guys are stronger. And what it's hard to get a hard number to get to in a season. You got to average that for 20 years to get to 700. So I don't know the next guy who's going to get there.
I know how hard it is just to hit one.
Right. So I hear you. Yeah, a couple names still out there kind of have passed the halfway point or at the halfway point. Like Goldschmidt's has over, I think, like 350-ish. Machado is right around 300. Obviously, Mike Trout. But again, like you said, it just goes to show you how difficult it is to double that, and then in some instances double that, and then get a little more.
Because you even see someone like Trout, who might have been on trajectory. He's missed a lot of games the last few years between first COVID and then injuries these last few years. Someone like Soto, who started early. Acuna's had a couple of injuries. It's going to have to be someone who starts at 20, 21, stays incredibly healthy and incredibly consistent.